Hello, and welcome to another episode of Winning Where It Matters. My name is Kyei Amoako, and it's a pleasure to have you joining me once again. Now, what does it truly mean to win in life? Years ago, actor Charlie Sheen experienced a very public meltdown. And during that time where his life was very chaotic, just did some pretty disturbing behavior, and it all played out in public. He became famous for using a hashtag winning. He would post things on social media and close it out with hashtag winning. And he would, in interviews, defend his actions by saying winning, hashtag winning. That was confusing because by most regular standards, by most people's standards, he wasn't winning. He was making decisions that were not headed in towards very good outcomes. A lot of people feared for his life, but he kept saying winning, and I guess that was a story he was telling himself to make sense of the chaos in his life and throwing out the word winning. So it brings me to the question of what does it truly mean to win in life? Because the meaning and the definitions that we adopt for what it means to win um, could be consciously things that we embrace from around us or just things that we tell ourselves, right, to validate the path that we are on. But it's important for all of us to pause and think about that. For many of us, the idea of winning, we borrow from the metaphor, the sports metaphor of winning, where you either beat an opponent or cross a finish line or just do something, achieve an outcome, achieve a goal. And that idea is reinforced by our society by giving us praise for doing those things or celebrating us, and so that reinforcement brings us to that definition, the sports definition of what it means to win. But when it comes to winning in life, I want to suggest that it's a little bit more nuanced than just winning a prize or getting a trophy or being publicly celebrated. And so, in this episode, as I'm asking the question of what it means to win in life, I want us to pause and investigate our own ideas about what it means to win in life, because many of us have ideas about winning in life that we embraced as children from our parents and from the people around us. Those people passed on these ideas with all the best intentions, most of them at least. But as we go through life, I think it's incumbent upon us to investigate, to examine those ideas, question the beliefs that inform those ideas about what it means to win in life, and update what needs updating. So I talk about a lot of that in this book, All I Do Is Win, which I pulled from one of the chapters of Life in Progress, Winning Where It Matters. And this is a reflective journal. You get to read the summaries of the book, Life in Progress, Winning Where It Matters. And then you get into the reflective journal part of it, where you get to do some work around three sections. I frame this conversation about winning where it matters around the ideas of owning your story, practicing the process, and having a plan. So, the three sections in here where we talk about owning your story, reflecting on your story, and reframing your story, because the most important story you would ever tell is the story you tell yourself about you. And investing some time in thinking about that story will do you a lot of good. So I lead you through some exercises to help you go in that direction. Section two, it's about practicing the process. And I introduce two frameworks. that could help you slow down and think about the process around around getting to what it means to win in life. And I also talk about having a plan to go from where you are to where you want to be in experiencing what it means to win in life. One thing that's definitely worth noting is that with these reflective journals, it's not necessarily about having the right answers, but it's about asking the right questions and being comfortable, getting comfortable with sitting with the answers, reflecting on the answers, and let the answers reveal things that you probably may not have thought about in a long time, and let those revelations or those new ideas inform how you think, the actions you take, and how you would pursue the things that matter the most to you. So, winning is not always loud or publicly celebrated. As a matter of fact, some of the most meaningful wins in your life may happen privately, and most people may never hear or know about it, and that's okay. As you do the things that will bring you those big and public wins, I want you to focus on your daily actions, the things that you practice on a daily basis, because those are the building blocks of winning. Your daily actions, the decisions, your daily thoughts, and that's why I'm highly recommending that you pick up a copy of the book and do the work. Investigate your beliefs about what it means to win in life. Not just what it means to win, but what it means to win in life. Examine where those beliefs come from and do some reflection to understand how those beliefs are informing your thoughts, your actions, and the path that your life is going in. If you like this episode, I encourage you to hit the like button, share it with people in your network, and subscribe if you've not already done so, and hit the notification button. As always, I believe in you, and I hope you believe in yourself too. I'll see you on the next one.